It is 8 p.m. and here are the top stories we're following. Batten down the hatches, a strong spring storm heading for the Front Range.
A windy snowstorm for the mountains. Will have rain and strong winds on the plains.
A woman says she flirted her way out of a DUI, but body cam video tells a different story.
Well, I'm just concerned that you were weaving because of alcohol.
The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office speaks out about the viral video.
Dangerous side effects.
It's just an antibiotic, and that's the first thing that comes to mind is it's just an antibiotic. We've all taken antibiotics.
Denver 7 investigates a popular antibiotic that may be putting some Coloradans at risk.
It's dangerous. It's destroyed my life.
A Denver 7 weather action day in effect tonight through Tuesday evening. This is ahead of a strong spring storm. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Jacqueline Allen.
I'm Danny New. Early reports indicate wind speeds could reach between 60 and 80 miles an hour tomorrow. So you combine that with dry conditions, and this has the potential for something that we're just becoming way too used to in Colorado, wildfires.
Yeah, my Chief Meteorologist Mike Nelson's tracking the forecast. Mike, it's going to be a little bit windy tomorrow.
Oh, those winds are going to be cranking as a cold front sweeps across the state. 49 miles an hour right now up on Berthoud Pass. They've been as high as 60 earlier this evening, and those strong winds will translate down off the foothills and the mountains onto the plains tomorrow. We have a lot of advisories and warnings in effect. All of the areas on the eastern plains either under high wind warnings right along the I-25 corridor or a high wind watch and a fire weather watch coming up for tomorrow. Winter weather advisories up in the mountains, and this covers most of Colorado's eastern half of the state. A very colorful map indeed. The cold front that's causing it is bringing some showers already into western Colorado. The front is out near the Wasatch Mountains in Salt Lake City. The brunt of it is going to be wind for us. The mountains are going to get 5 to 10 inches of snow. We'll just get a few rain showers in the plains, and those very strong winds are going to mean the fire danger is going to be high all across eastern Colorado for tomorrow.
And now, viral video on social media shows a Jeffco teen bragging that she flirted her way out of a DUI charge from Jefferson County deputy.
Yeah, the Jeffco Sheriff's Office is now clearing the air and saying the teenager's video is far from the truth. Denver 7 CB Cotton joins us now. CB, what did you learn?
The deputy says he first noticed the car weaving near this intersection, West Bowles Avenue and South Holland Way. But he says once he approached the car, he didn't notice the teen using any slurred speech or the smell of alcohol. And because of that, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office says ultimately the deputy didn't issue the teen a ticket, but the 18-year-old's video posted to social media told a whole different story. In it, the teenager claimed to not only have got out of the DUI, but also that she was going on a date with the officer. Today, the Sheriff's Office released this body cam video to dispute the claims the teenager made. But the teen did speak with us, and she says she was indeed drunk and she's sorry for it.
I thought I was being funny. I was like, oh my God, look at me. Like, I just got out. Like, I'm surprised I didn't get arrested. I don't think I've ever been more intoxicated in my life, and for me to like be let go with a warning, it was like a blessing and a curse at the same time. And I think I posted on social media because I was like, oh, I'm so funny.
And coming up on Denver 7 News at 10, we'll hear more from the teen involved in this ordeal. For Denver 7 News on Local 3, I'm CB Cotton.
Thank you, CB. And meanwhile, the criminal charges against a Danish man for starting the spring fire in 2018, those have been dropped. The judge dismissed the case against Jesper Jorgensen, who has repeatedly been found unstable for trial. The spring fire destroyed more than 100 homes and burned more than 108,000 acres in southern Colorado. At last check, Jorgensen was still in custody. We're still working to find out if he will stay in the state mental hospital.
Today, 2 Brighton parents charged in the fentanyl-related death of their toddler made their first appearance in court. Nicole Cassius and Alonzo Montoya are charged with child abuse resulting in death. In the arrest affidavits, police say Cassius, Montoya, and a friend spent all night smoking fentanyl pills and crack cocaine with the child present. The affidavits go on to say after putting the toddler to sleep, the adults ignored cries from the toddler's room. The autopsy found that child had 10 times the amount of fentanyl necessary to kill an adult.
That's terrible. A growing number of world leaders, including President Biden, are calling for war crime investigations against Russia. Horrifying images were released over the weekend of corpses along the streets of Ukraine, including at least 400 dead civilians in the city of Bucha. Predictably, Russia claims these videos showing the atrocities are fake. Meanwhile, Ukrainian forces are continuing to push back against Russian forces. The Pentagon today said Russia is now shifting its strategy to focusing on eastern and southern Ukraine because it has realized, quote, the West will not break.
The Senate has reached a bipartisan deal on a $10 billion COVID-19 funding package. Now, more than 90% of those funds are allocated for coronavirus research, testing, and treatment. Today's deal falls short of the more than $22 billion the White House was requesting in emergency funds. It also removes global aid to send more vaccines abroad.
They are among the most popular prescription antibiotic drugs ever produced in the country, and chances are that they've been described to you and even your children.
That's right, and these antibiotics come with rare but serious side effects you need to know about. Here's Denver 7 investigative reporter Jennifer Kowaleski.
Experts, doctors, and patients will tell you if these antibiotics are prescribed to you again, you might want to ask a few more questions. We're talking about fluoroquinolones, commonly prescribed antibiotics like Cipro and Levaquin. They're used to treat bacterial infections. But as you heard, the FDA says they have rare but potentially life-changing side effects. Those include tendon rupture, neuropathy, and impacts to the central nervous system.
It's destroyed my life.
The fluoroquinolone drug class should really only be used when there are no equally effective alternative antibiotics that are available to treat infections.
Tonight on Denver 7 at 10, you'll hear from patients and doctors who say these antibiotics are being overprescribed, and the drug company who maintains these drugs are safe. I'm Denver 7 investigative reporter Jennifer Kowaleski.
Looking forward to that. Thanks, Jennifer. Going on tonight, Superior is discussing plans to clean up sections of the town's water system that were damaged in the Marshall Fire. A contractor has been hired to remove ash from areas all around the town reservoir. The city is also looking at a system to remove any lingering taste and smell issues from the water.
Aurora City Council is meeting to discuss adopting a new emergency alert system to help notify residents in case of an emergency. The Integrated Public Alert Warnings, or IPAWs, more conveniently, will send out warnings similar to the ones that you get on your phone for Amber Alerts. Now, a key component in this system is that you do not have to opt in to get the warnings. You may remember Boulder County joined the system last month after learning that some people did not get emergency warnings about the Marshall Fire. The system is already sending out alerts and was used 2 weeks ago to notify people of the NCAR fire.
All right, it is not Thanksgiving yet, but the city of Greeley suddenly has had a big influx of turkeys.
Yeah, except they're alive in the streets and also on top of cars.
Yep.
Suddenly Greeley has all of these turkeys and they're taking over the city. Not actually, but definitely causing some traffic. In response, the police department made this wanted sign with an artist rendering, very accurate, just how we usually draw in November. The sign playfully labels them turkey doe, and they are wanted for loitering, jaywalking, and disturbing the peace by, quote, fighting other turkeys to become king turkey. I spoke with Officer Kent Keller, the public information officer in Greeley for the police department, and he said it hasn't been a massive problem, but it's just been surprising.
I've worked for Greeley for 3 years and have lived in this area for the last 10, and I don't ever remember seeing turkeys like this. They do not care about cars. I mean, they're in the middle of major streets, just slowly walking across and have, 4 lanes of traffic stopped on each side. So that's pretty much their only menace to society moment. But other than that, they've been pretty good.
Now, Officer Keller does say that if you are driving, to just honk at them, and if that doesn't work, you can call the police department and they will come shoo the bird. Shoo, no T, just they'll shoo the bird.
Yeah, I think turkey season is coming up though.
Oh yeah,
Just
maybe.
saying.
But he said we talked about that. He was like, probably not in the middle of the road, not
Yeah.
the best place to take care of that.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, and he said don't go up to them and get out of your car because like they could charge at you, and they're big birds.
They are huge.
Yeah,
You
so-
can tell from the pictures. Crazy.
Yeah, they're jumping on top of Jeeps, so yeah, something to look out for. Greeley, our thoughts are with you.
A lot of wind with this storm. For the mountains, a fair amount of snow. I'll let you know how much rain to expect in Denver.
A new normal for Colorado's climate.
We have to look at this as a year-round fire season.
We take a 360 in-depth look at the state's increasingly frequent wildfires and what fire crews are doing to prevent the next disaster.
It's a bit of a wake-up call for everyone here along the Front Range.
Plus, Colorado stands up for reproductive rights.
Officially the law of Colorado.
The new bill passed, guaranteeing women the right to choose.
This bill is a bill that will make sure that we protect every single person in this state.